Hello, welcome to the last section, part 3 of Misscliks D&D Seaborn this week. This will be a shortened section because we unfortunately did have to start late today. So we only have about a half hour left in which we will find more adventures, Neil.
Well, your adventures are coming to a head now because this ship is pulling up alongside of you. You see a beaten man standing on the back of it at the helm, and as your ship gets a little bit closer, you see him kicking an anchor overboard and limping in the direction of the rail where he can come talk to you.
Damn.
Hello there. You do not look very well for the wear.
It's been a bad journey. Lost a lot of men. I don't know if my ship can make it. I've been taken on water for a little while now. Shore's pretty close. I can see it far off, but I need some fresh water and some food. I'm starving.
Yes. I believe we have some. Let me get it for you. Is it easy to cross ships in this fashion?
Yeah, he is tossing over some ropes for you guys to tie so that you can tie the two ships together.
I say, Captain, if he is in such dire straits, he may be willing to join our crew and lend a hand to our adventure instead.
He looks like... this isn't in earshot of him, but he doesn't look like much of a fighter.
As you wish.
I get some fresh water and some bread, or some rations, and I walk over.
Okay. He has come over onto your ship now.
Oh.
Unless someone tried to stop him.
That's fine.
Okay. You see that he is wearing studded leather armor and carries a gorgeous, just absolutely beautiful scimitar at his side.
Maybe he is a fighter after all.
Do any of your other crewmen require nourishment?
We're all dead. It's just me.
What happened?
He takes the food and water from your hands. Are you wearing gloves or something to keep your skeletal hands hidden?
It's usually hidden inside the robe. So it would be like still inside the robe as I handed.
Okay. Well, when he gets close to you, he notices your true appearance because as he takes the water to start drinking it, he drops it and stumbles backward, reaching for his scimitar and pulling it from its sheath.
Dare you raise a sword to our captain? And I put I immediately have my battle axe or halberd to his neck.
Maybe not to his neck.
I try.
My, is that any way to react to the man who has given you food and water?
It is
I'll
not
be
a
damned
way.
if you are a man, he says.
How close do I get to him? He's in.
I think at this point we should roll initiative because you're trying to put an axe to his neck. So anyone who wants to roll initiative, please roll it. D10 plus your weapon speed or spell speed or whatever you're doing.
Do I have Ryan next to me?
Yes, Ryan is standing next to you with the flag kind of rolled up, stuck in his pants.
So Ryan, I don't think we need to get involved into this one, to be honest.
Are you sure you want to do this? As I look to the guy.
It's a monster! Did you see its hand? Its face?
He's no monster. He's our captain.
I bristle at the word monster because it's been used to call me names before.
If you follow a member of the Undead Legion, then you are my enemy as well.
You fool.
He was a cleric.
Tempos.
I think you're messing with the wrong person here.
I kind of raised my shield a bit.
I think Maribel's attacking him, though. I think this conversation is probably cut short by...
Are we rolling for initiative?
Yeah, we're rolling for initiative.
I'll still roll.
He pushed me over the edge when he called him a monster.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Dark Albert is fast. Trellis, are you doing something?
Yeah. Oh, I'm slow. I'm pulling out my bow and arrow.
All right, Dark Albert, you are first.
I cast detect magic.
um,
I'm not getting involved. I'm just checking things out from a distance. It's a pre-scan. So I'm looking at him and like the ship behind him, trying to see if there's something magical nearby. And I guess my crewmates too, because everything's in the way. Are you messaging me privately?
yes.
Okay.
So clearly, you detect something that's on Slack. So that's what you see. Maribel and Trump. No, I'm sorry, Maribel and Temriel, you go next simultaneously.
He is no monster, and I just chop him with my halberd. I try to just decapitate him. Is really what I want to do.
Make me roll the hit, but you notice for someone who's limping around, he is surprisingly agile.
Eh.
You are such a fool. I
I
say.
scream out, he looks more dangerous than you'd think.
20.
He's not that agile, though. Maribel, your halberd strikes him with ferocity.
Does it go through his neck?
I don't know. Roll me some damage.
Okay. He is D10 plus 2.
7. You do not kill him, but you give him a nice, huge gash across the chest. It cuts open the armor, and you can see blood leaking out between the studded leather bits.
Monsters are those who put others down when they know nothing about them.
Temriel.
I reach into my pockets on the robes, and I come out with some fine threads across my fingers. As I reach towards him, cast mental domination.
Ooh.
Same spell from last time, right?
Yep. Save negates.
Okay. Pass.
As in saved?
He saves.
Like, does it look like a head massage or something, or how does it go?
It looks like I'm trying to puppeteer him.
Okay. How close do you have to be to do that? Oh, you can be pretty far from it.
Yep.
All right, so I think Maribel's next to him. He has
Again?
his scimitar in hand and takes a slash at Maribel. Oh, almost a natural 19 instead of natural 3. What's your armor class, Maribel?
Double check. 15.
Nope, that's a miss. It slices through the air and misses.
I go, shoo. I'm
Trellis.
surprisingly dexterous for my size.
Okay, I bring up my bow and arrow, and I aim at his head.
No, a wild miss. The arrow goes far past him.
I'm really just trying to get his attention, you know.
He gets a second attack this round.
And I do too, right?
Yes, you do. He takes his scimitar and slashes at Maribel once again.
I say, watch out for the scimitar!
And hits you, Maribel. You take 7 points of damage.
A mere scratch. Goodbye, Neil. It's been good.
I just had to make some notes. There we go. Cool. Done. V, you get a second attack this round with your bow.
All right. Now that I've got his attention, I take my real shot, and I just am trying to get his attention again.
It whistles past his ear.
On the other side, though, right?
Right. So
Gonna
first
get
one's
the
this way.
One
second
way,
one's this
other
way.
other. Okay. Just
The
making
average
sure.
of the 2 shots is like square between the eyes. It's close. Give me an initiative roll, everybody. Ooh.
Sorry, it's D10 plus your hit, right?
No, plus your weapon speed.
Okay.
So for a bow, it's like 7 or 8. I think for a longbow, it's 8.
So let's say I wanted to get onto his ship from my ship, like either with like a jump from a ship to the other, or like sending a rope and like doing.
You
the
can just
whole
step. The 2 ships are side by side, real easy.
Can I do that without like being like near him? Can I just?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go to his ship, investigate the magical signature.
All right. He goes first. He hacks again at Maribel. There we go.
Oh, I got 4 by the way, so I guess I'm
Ooh.
getting there fast.
Yes, you go first, actually. But since you're separate, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I'm going to finish out his actions here. You have 15 AC, Maribel.
Yeah.
He crits you.
You think you can defeat me, puny person?
You take 19 and give me a saving throw versus death.
Where's my death saving?
Sounds so scary when you say from death. Maybe from wounding.
I know.
Better.
But
Serious injury.
saving throw from against paralyzation, poison, and death.
In your case, it was death once upon a time.
Hmm.
Fantastic. You pass.
19 damage?
Yeah.
How does
it's
he
a
do
crit.
that much with a little scimitar?
That's a good question.
Well, I told you, watch out for the scimitar. This guy looks more dangerous than he really is.
I get mad at this damage to
You
her.
mean the opposite of what you said, I think.
Yeah, the opposite, says
Yeah.
Albert as he goes across to the other ship.
All right.
I think the
Albert-
scimitar is magical. Watch out.
That's kind of what I meant.
Why didn't you say that then?
I was trying to be whimsical.
Albert, you're on the other side of the ship. You find your way into the little small under deck area and quickly come across what you are looking for.
What is it?
I have PM'd you.
Oh, so special. Let's see.
Okay, who is next?
I think it's me.
All right, your turn.
All right, I
Thomas.
get mad at this and I yell at him, "Leave her alone!" And I go for my bow and arrow again. It's D20 and then it's plus the hit, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought. I just was...
there
Hey!
you go. The
Hey!
arrow hits him
Hey.
hard.
Oh, D.
Well, maybe not hard. We'll see.
And roll
8
8.
hits him decently.
Okay.
All right.
Right? Actually, I had shot for his chest where he was already wounded.
Anna, your turn.
I shall strike you down.
$17 is a hit. The halberd cuts into him. He gives a groan. And manages to gasp out.
Oh, wait. That should have been +2.
Ooh. Still alive. Manages to gasp out. For him? For the skeleton?
For those who would treat me as an equal.
All right. He takes his turn and turns to jump overboard and into the water. Maribel, you get an attack of opportunity at +2.
Yeah.
But if you miss, he's free and gone.
I must hit. Yes.
Oh.
Whack.
That's actually a crit.
Whack.
Yeah.
That's a single crit.
So that means
2d10 +2. Not going to go well for him. No.
Damn.
He goes to take a step out. Your halberd comes up and whaps him the inside of his thigh. He tumbles, hits his head on the deck, on the railing. His head just sits at a weird angle as he lays on the deck, kind of blood seeping everywhere. This scimitar in his hand, 50-50, stays on board or in the ocean, stays on board. It spins and gets caught against the railing without falling into the ocean.
I pick it up. And I wipe my own blood off of it on his jacket.
Do I come back out, Neil?
Sure.
So I come back out looking like I have a big mace in my hand. And I'm looking like I'm about to, like, I'm going out and I want to go attack the guy. I'm like, ah.
It's new Bruno!
I roll my eyes.
And then I'm like, well, I had a plan, but looks like you got rid of him before me. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I found this magical mace. That's the good news.
Can you tell me anything about this magical scimitar, which I have won?
I can just tell you that it is indeed magical, as well as this magical mace that I just found.
Neil,
So do I get my knife back then, Dark Albert, if you have found a magical mace?
Neil, did I see that the knife was magical when I did detect magic?
Yes.
I feel like it was?
Yes.
Well, I don't use maces. Do you? I could give you this mace. It's probably better than a dagger, truth be told.
Ryan steps forward and says, I actually used to use a mace back in the army.
Ryan,
Kind of a-
Maybe like that, Captain? Ex-Captain?
I clear my throat a bit. You know what would go well with my shield here? A fine mace.
the captain has spoken.
Well,
Ryan retreats.
alright, Captain. But I've never seen you fight hand in hand with people. Will you use it?
Of course, all clerics are well trained in martial arts.
What about this scimitar? Who will use this scimitar?
I have won it. It is mine.
Well, who knows? Perhaps if Albert had it, he would be less of a coward.
No, I think he
No,
would run and hide.
I think I would still not fight hand in hand with people.
Neil, the coral sword and the magical scimitar, are they both +4 to hit and speed 4?
You are
Level 5.
level 5. They have the same bonuses. The speed on the scimitar is not 4. The speed on the scimitar is... What is the coral sword? I think the coral sword is a scimitar, actually, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. They're both scimitars.
Oh, wow. Lucky you guys. Yeah, so then they should have the exact same stats, except for their magical bonuses.
So +4 to hit, nothing to damage, D8 damage, speed 4. What's their weight?
I'm looking that up presently.
You know, Albert, generally in encounters, it is better procedure to finish the enemy and then perform the ransacking.
Well, actually, I was not trying to perform the ransacking. I saw a magical signature on the ship and was worried another enemy was back there. Turns out there was nobody in there. But we should look at the ship to make sure there's nothing missed. And probably his body. Then I start looking at his body, Neil. I take his bag. I'm like, oh, I think these boots would fit me nicely. I put on the boots. I'm like, just my size. I like his hat. Does he have a hat, Neil? I feel like he should have a hat.
He does not have a hat.
Oh, I wanted a hat.
No hat for you.
My character seems a little bit disappointed by the lack of hat. Does he have anything fancy he was wearing that was looking
He is not a fancy looking man. The only fancy things he had on him was his scimitar and his boots.
Oh, they were looking fancy.
The boots were really well made, and the scimitar was really well made, and everything else looked kind of ragged. In fact, the boots and the scimitar look very out of place on this sailor. Very out of place.
Same. Before I go, I mentioned to the others, be sure not to push his body into the ocean. I will take use of it later.
Sounds good.
So I'm pillaging the boat.
All right, you start searching the ship.
I also search as well.
Okay.
I hope
Is it
there are more
broken,
bodies on
like-
the ship.
Well, there are a couple of corpses on the ship that have been covered up with a blanket. And by a couple, I do mean 2. They seem to have been severely wounded. It looks like there's scrapes across their chests or across their in various places. And one of them has a huge gouge mark, as if like not like a spear, but like a rounded projectile or something. Maybe like a tusk or a horn or something. Cut it open.
Like a crab person.
Closer to like an elephant or a rhino. But you do find a small metal chest that is locked.
I try to smash it open.
Wait.
I
Give me a roll to hit. Give me a
Wait.
strength check.
I'm a freaking.
I mean, when
Right.
she
I know.
raises
When I
her,
raise it,
yeah,
I-
I
they
say,
can
wait.
stop me.
Alright.
I was made for this, guys.
No.
you may not steal what is inside if you open it for me.
Yeah, sure. I'll open it for everybody.
Was it even locked?
Yeah.
I'm like, I take out my pickpocketing kit, like my little
Lockpick.
lock picking kit, and I'm like, let's get to work.
All
I-
right.
I stand
I have
right
a-
over it while she does it to make sure that he
I
doesn't
have
steal
a-
anything.
75%.
Well, maybe Albert is useful for something.
All right.
Say while
75%.
overlooking.
You give it a go. And as you do this, you find that the quality of this lock is quite excellent, actually. It gives you a penalty of 20% to your lockpicking check. So go ahead and give me a lockpicking check D100. You want a 55 or lower.
Okay. So I was at 75, yeah.
Right, and this is a minus 20 because of the quality of the lock.
Maybe I should wait tomorrow, cast Cat's Grace on myself to have a bonus of +10.
You know, in my day and age, all mages worth their weight knew a spell called Knock.
Well, maybe if we found the book, I could learn it. Alright, I'll just try the good old-fashioned way.
Boom! Albert spends a few minutes here, a few minutes there.
Are you a
Yes, there it is.
believer, Ryan? Are you a believer?
And then there's this satisfying click.
Aha!
I reach down and open the chest.
Push back the top, and glittering golden coins and necklaces of pearls are stacking in this small chest.
I say, "Thank you, Dark Albert," and I pick it up and take the chest.
I'm like, looks like we fixed our food and rations issues, everybody.
Excellent. Those 2 bodies, are they skeleton, or are they skeletal yet, or is there flesh on them?
There's lots of flesh on them.
This is disgusting. Albert, I will need you to have your assistant clean off the this flesh from the skeletons.
I don't think that's his job.
He is a slave, is he not?
Assistant.
Thank you, Albert. Or would you like me to call you Dark Albert?
No, Albert is fine.
For what reason would you like to strip these bodies of flesh, Captain?
Oh, it is very easy. Then I can raise them as skeletons to fight for us.
That sounds quite useful.
You know, if you wanted skeletons, it'd be easy to dig up bodies.
These happen to be around.
Well, there's a town over there, Shelton. I bet they've got a graveyard. We could probably sneak in at night, dig up a couple of graves, exhume some bodies.
You know, you might just have you're a good source of ideas.
And also very attractive.
Huh?
What?
What'd you say, Maribel?
It is of no consequence, I suppose. Anyway, how much gold is in this chest? I will count it right now.
Maribel counts out 750 gold plus 4 pearl necklaces.
Ooh.
So when we establish how we deal with money we collect, Captain?
Oh, it is very simple. You three can split it.
What about the ship's fund?
Well, there's 13 gold left. We can add it to the pile if you want.
I'm
No, I
sure.
mean, if we're going to split it, we should split it with the ship's fund. However, I did kill the man.
You know, says Ryan, I once
I
heard
didn't
of this,
open the chest.
of this great sea captain named Stormy Silverblade, an ancient man from a long, long time ago.
Really ancient men, may I ask?
Yeah, I think they call him Silver, whatever it was, because of the silver hair all over his head.
That makes sense.
He once upon a time said that a good ship gets a portion for everyone and a portion for the ship.
Yes, I have heard that legend of that famed captain.
But I'm only the assistant here. Please don't listen to me too closely.
I think putting some in the ship's fund is good, but if somebody cowered from battle, then I don't know that they should really get that much funds.
I'm sure we can.
Everybody has their own utility.
Can't I count on you to chip in for the ships whenever required? Or do we really need to get to creating a fourth pile for the ship?
It is hard to make it fair when we all have to chip in.
Very well. We will create a fourth pile for the ship.
All right. So how much does each of us get? Let's calculate. It's what? How much was it?
750 divided by 4.
And then a pearl necklace for everyone, including the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
It'll look mighty fine.
It's 187.5 gold for everybody.
Put the extra in the ship's fund.
So everyone gets 187, and the ship gets 189.
Okay. So who's gonna keep track of the ship's fund? Should I?
When I said split it 3 ways, I meant between you 3.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah, with
splitting
the
it
ship.
between us 3 and 1 split for the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I put 180. I'll keep the track of the money if you guys want. I have 189 GP for the ship, plus 1 pearl. How much is pearl worth, Neil?
You're gonna have to get them appraised, but we're. I can give you a.
Noted, so that's it's easier.
Yeah, we'll just skip the appraisal phase, and I'll just tell you the straight cash value.
And we can keep the pearl necklace if we want to.
1 pearl each it is. And I'll add the 13 gold to the ship's fund, like Albert said. 189 plus 13.
187, right?
It's 202. 202. And 187 per person. 187.
Okay.
It looks like each pearl necklace is probably in the range of 400 GP. The pearls are small and misshapen. They're not worth their full amount, but there are many of them.
So they're worth how much again?
400 each.
400 each necklace. Okay.
Yes. So everyone should have a pearl necklace worth 400, and the ship should have a pearl necklace worth 400.
Okay, so the ship's fund is now up to about 602 gold. We're almost at 1,000, which is the worth of the item the captain wanted.
Pearl necklace was worth 400. Is that what you said?
400, yes. And last question, what are you going to do with the Mayfly, which is this man's ship? That's listing to one side.
Was it
Can we-
sinking for real?
Yeah, it's damaged and taking on a small amount of water.
Was there anything else of value there? Like
There's like clothes and
Is there food and rations?
no, there's no food, there's no rations, there's a spyglass.
Ooh.
Ooh.
what
There's
about an extra sail?
yes, you could take some extra sails. Yes. There's
you
like
guys don't-
blankets and rope and just general ship stuff, but the spyglass is the most valuable thing.
If you
aside
guys
from that.
don't mind, I'll
I re-
take the spyglass for navigating purposes.
Okay.
That's my job after all.
Okay.
And what do you guys do with the ship?
Can we sell it for parts or anything?
You'd have to have someone sail it in, and then maybe you could sell it. That'd be an adventure in and of itself to try and.
So we could just break down whatever we need, like the supplies, and take it with us.
Yeah.
We could probably sell it for a fair amount. It is a good idea, but it's a lot of work.
It is.
Oh, but it could make sense. We could put the current ship we have back in the box, get to the other ship as was our original ship, and then sell that ship as if we were.
I think this ship is past its time, and we should let it sink to the bottom of the ocean.
From what I know, ships.
You do want $1,000 item. This might help pay for that.
I bet we can sell it.
How much
for
does a ship?
A lot.
Yeah, like thousands of
Yep.
gold.
Yeah.
Thousands of gold for a brand new ship, for a used, broken down
Fixer-upper.
Yeah. No. You're looking on the order of a few thousand, probably.
Worth a
I
lot.
think that's worth.
I like the
guys-
box idea.
In my time, ships of non-seaworthy quality were not worth much, but it appears that your economy here is very unusual.
Well,
All right. I want you guys to carefully consider all the ramifications that come with trying to steal someone else's ship and sell it.
we shall. And we shall
we-
reconvene on this next week.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Last thing before we exit is when you're all done talking about whatever you're about to do, Ryan peeks up and goes, looks like you guys are a pretty lucrative group. Albert and I here have a deal that I work as his assistant for a couple of years and get my freedom, but I'm hoping if this is all still as lucrative as it is in a couple of years, maybe I could join on as a crew member after training under you guys for a while.
That was my plan. If you were a good crew member for 2 years, I'd get you off started like we said, with a little amount of money, and then if it was up to me, you'd be part of the crew like anybody else.
I think that sounds like a grand idea.
Of course, and you will be loyal to Tempos, yes?
Yeah. I mean, fate controls us all. You can't not be loyal to fate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been okay with everybody on the ship? I kind of give you a look.
He looks at Trellis and goes, yeah, no one on the ship has been all that mean to me, considering I'm a slave and all. How do you feel about me becoming a crew member?
I would be fine as long as you are nice to everybody and have no ulterior motives.
Do you suspect me of having ulterior motives?
No, that's just a simple mention.
Why would he have ulterior motives? He was picked off as a slave. He didn't decide to put himself in this situation. The only ulterior motive I can see is getting some gold down the line alongside us.
That's
It's fine.
it's not ulterior. That's my spoken motive.
Yeah, true.
All right. That must be the end of our episode for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. That was a really fun one. We now have a ship and an extra ship, which is getting more toward where we were hoping this campaign would go. I know that Jen and I specifically were looking for some shippage. So, thank you, Neil. Great story. Thank you, players. Awesome. As for next week, I'm going to be at E3, so I will not be here for next week's show, but I'll be on twitch.tv/Twitch for 5 whole days of E3 content. Tons of stuff. So please do tune in. Come hang out with us for all of the hot stuff that's going on at E3 with Twitch. What about you guys?
I'm VParlaflaw on Twitch. You can find me anywhere at VParlaflaw. I might possibly be at E3, so haven't decided if I'm for sure going. So I may or may not be here for next week's episode either.
I'm Neil. I will be moving back to Santa Barbara the day after tomorrow, and I will be streaming again on Friday. There's a new campaign being launched, Age of Strife, the reboot of Age of Strife, so keep your ears peeled for that, especially if you maybe want to play in one of our campaigns, because we'll be taking casting calls from the public again. But that's coming down the pipeline. You can find me anywhere at Koibu or Koibu0. Jen.
I guess my turn. Thank you so much for watching. I had a blast this episode, so thanks everyone for that. Every crew member, DM Neil, great story. I'm getting really fond of Assistant Ryan, by the way.
Yeah, Ryan's the star of the show right now.
Yeah. If you guys like to follow what I do, follow me at LivinPinkSC2 and follow the game I'm working on at Rainbow Six Game. We just launched a $15 starter edition, by the way. So if you haven't tried it up till now, it's on PC only. It's available for a really limited time. So it's $15. I would try it now while it's super cheap. Just saying. I get no cut from it. It's just that I've been working on this for 3 years. So that makes me happy to see us doing well and see people enjoying the game. That's it.
I'm Trump, and endings are silly. See you.
Also, please do take the time to check out Misscliks. You can find more at misscliks.com. Following this channel would let you know live when we have other shows that happen, and following on Twitter will give you updates about shows and what's going on in our little community. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. We hope we'll see you again soon, and goodbye for now.